Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing my Army Armament R17. Before we jump into the review, let's have a look at some footage from me using the Army Armament R17. Okay, so let's see what comes in the box with the Army Armament R17. The first thing you'll generally find in the box is the really not very helpful instructions, which are either fully in Japanese or Chinese, I don't know which. The pictures aren't particularly great, but let's be honest, no one really looks at these manuals much. What comes in the box is the Army Armament R17 itself and one magazine. So what do you get in the Army Armament R17? Well, it's essentially a Tokyo Marui Glock 17 clone. It should take all the aftermarket parts and magazines from many Tokyo Marui or most of the other brands. What we do have though is a metal slide with a polymer lower. Okay. If you've never used a Glock 17, I'm going to do a quick run through of the pistol itself, starting on this side. You can see again, you've got the metal slide on top with the fore and rear sights. It does have a plastic rail on the bottom, which I'll come on to in a little bit. Now the Glock 17s don't have a standard safety. What they do have is a two-stage trigger. So to pull the trigger fully, you need to push the first bit down so you can pull it all the way. On this side, we've got the magazine release. This is not an ambidextrous release, so you do have to use it with one hand. Also on this side is you've got the slide release catch, which does work, as you can see here. It's holding it back, and to release it, you push it down. Okay, so to take this down, you can see here there's a little catch on this side, and there's also one on the same on the reverse. What you have to do is pull the slide fully to the rear, pull the catch down on both sides, and as you move it forward, the slide will come off the lower. Turning the slide over, to take it down even more, what you can do is first remove the spring. Once you've removed the spring, you can then grab this part here, which should remove the inner and outer barrel by pushing it forward and then bringing it out. To separate the inner and from the outer barrel, all you've got to do is pull it out like so, and then you should have the inner and outer barrel separate. And what we've got here is we've got the inner barrel with the hop-up unit at the back. Inside, you can see here we've got the nozzle in there and the rest of the gas parts at the back there. The pistol unit itself, you can see you've got the hammer unit at the back, and then we've got the working slide release catch in there. Putting it back together is as simple as reversing what I've just done. To do that, we're going to put the inner barrel back into the outer, we're going to slide that into the front and then bring it all the way back. The spring, just going to go back where it was. And then to replace the slide back onto the bottom, all you'll do is put it in the right place. And that's it. So I purchased the Army Armament R17 in, I believe it was October time last year, and since then I've been using it either as my secondary for outdoors or more recently for my primary indoors. How does it perform? Well, I think it performs pretty well. It seems to be fairly accurate. In fact, I've had a few people comment on just how accurate it is when I've mostly hit them with quite an accurate shot. Works an absolute treat indoors for CQB. I've not had much cause yet to use it outdoors as my primary the L85, which I reviewed recently, which should be on the screen just above you now if you want to check it out. I've not had many issues with this yet. I think most of the issues I've had are either due to the slide not cycling fully, which have been due to lack of lubrication. Always make sure you put some lubrication on your guns before you use them, or running out of gas, which I believe is due to not having enough gas in the canister. For those of you that do know, with the Glock 17, the inner and outer barrel move slightly as it's used. I don't know if it will come out on this, but if you look, if you watch as I pull the slide back, this bit will drop down and the front barrel will raise up slightly. And what that does mean is if you're planning to use a tracer of this, it means if you add a tracer to the outer barrel, it's going to add some weight to it, which means that the whole slide will lose its efficiency as there's extra weight on there. Now what I've done to solve this problem is I bought myself an attachment to go on the front. It slides onto the rail on the front, and as you can see, you've got an attachment point on the front there. Now as you can see, when this goes on, what it does mean is when you pull that slide back, the outer barrel is not attached to the attachment on the front, which means the tracer unit will not affect the performance of the pistol. Now let's have a little look at that with that all attached. Okay, here's the full setup now. Now that the attachment is fixed to the under rail of the R17, it doesn't come off. And as normal, I'm using my Ace Tech Lighter BT as the tracer. I did review this recently. It should be up in this corner now. If you go check that out. The reason I think this is a great tracer unit is it does red and green, and it's also a chrono. All the best features you want. If, however, you're looking for a more compact tracer unit, why don't you check out Typical Airsofter's video, which should now be linked up in the corner, as he's recently reviewed the Exalt Cortec Mark II tracer unit. What we'll do now is we'll just chrono this. I'm going to be using 0.2 BBs, and I'll be using a neutral green gas 2.0. Okay, so I've just chronoed the Army Armament R17. Should now be on the side of the screen showing the results. As you can see, using the neutral green gas 2.0, it started about just over 300 FPS and slowly came down. Now I do play at Hot VS Arena quite a lot, where they have quite a strict chrono. You need to be sub 294 FPS. When I use the Abbey green gas, it is below that and it stays below that. As you can see, this slide does lock to the rear when the magazine is empty. So that's quite a nice little feature, which allows you to have a bit of realism and know when you've run out of BBs. So, to sum up, I do think the Army Armament R17 is a great little pistol. In terms of price, I think I picked it up for around £80, and it varies around there online. I've seen it as low as £60 on some websites. I do like it. It seems to be quite reliable so far. You just need to make sure you lube it and clean it on a regular basis, otherwise it may not cycle fully. I believe that will be the same for most airsoft gas blowback pistols. It hasn't yet let me down, and I do rate it quite highly. The accuracy is really good indoor on CQB. I have had a few occasions where its slide hasn't fully cycled and it's vented the gas, but I attribute that to the fact that I haven't cleaned it or lubed it in a little while, so that's probably my fault. So in summary, it's a great little pistol. It's fairly cheap, and being it's a Tokyo Marui clone, it should accept all the Tokyo Marui parts and magazines. So that's my review of the Army Armament R17. I hope you enjoyed watching. With the lockdown starting to ease in certain places, hopefully we'll all be out in the field soon, and we'll see you there. Stay safe in the meantime.